Come on, sparkly cheeks.
I know.
Come on, sparkly cheeks.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
okay,
Let's
cool.
do this.
Okay, let's get started. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Disco Ball Discourse. As promised today, we are going to be very much on a theme, right?
We're going to try and stick to the theme.
We're going to try. I mean, we may offshoot a little bit because, as promised, this is a vampire showdown.
Oh, yes. It's going down.
You should have even heard or seen us when we were just preparing notes, because we decided to prepare notes separately, not really look at them, so that whatever reaction and things we discuss here is planned but spontaneous.
Exactly. Yeah, we wanted, we haven't really discussed I've got the old school side of things, she's got the new school side of things, but that's about the only thing that each other knows.
Because at first we were making a plan and we were like collaborating on one document, and he typed one thing and I was like, boy, are you starting? Are you starting right now? Are you starting right now? So anyway, before we get too far into that, we're going to be a lot more organized about things. Hayden's going to get us started. I'm going to give some of my prepared answers and some unprepared. And so, Hayden, why don't you get us started today?
All righty. So I'm doing the old school, where it all began, the folklore of things. So vampires were actually thought of and talked about all the way back in the Mesopotamian and Greece era. They were way more brutal than they are today. Way more authentic than today. No sparkles, no alluring, no seduction. No, these things apparently came back out of the graves. They were talked about in Indian culture, Chinese culture. Actually, Chinese culture, they didn't walk, they hopped. It's kind of an interesting thing to learn about there. Yep. They came after the families. It wasn't about just going around and seducing women into getting their blood and all that. They did drink blood and they did consume life force, but it wasn't like, oh, it's a Saturday night and I'm feeling hungry. No, they were a raw, just relentless predator that just went after the family, the thing. I'm not sure if it had to do with their feelings or emotions going towards it, but they were a just killing machine, as I think they should be.
I know. I was waiting for that. I knew you were going to say something like that. Yeah. Killing machines. Okay, but that's fair, because whenever you say vampires, you think predator, thirsty, scary. It's supposed to be something of horror.
It should be. Now, in today's era, and as you can tell from the sparkliness, it's kind of changed course a little bit.
We're going to get into
we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. So, Slavic folklore during the Middle Ages, it actually came from the plague. So, a lot of people, we weren't educated very well back in the day about autopsies and death and stuff like that. So they would see a bloated body and a lot of dead people after they've been there for a while, blood comes out of their mouth. It will kind of expel. So if you think about it, we're in the olden days. This is the flat earth and we revolve around, or everything revolves around the earth and yada, yada, yada. Fat belly and blood coming out of their mouth. People were thinking that they've engorged themselves on blood.
Yeah,
they've filled up so much, and actually it's just decomposition. But anyways, that's where a lot of that came from. And it also, it came from sin, is what a lot of people thought. If you were a sinful person, your burial wasn't done correctly, or if it was done not in the church's eyes, it was a curse.
Not traditionally peacefully laid to rest.
Exactly. Stuff like that. So if you were just buried without the proper ritual and stuff, they were like, this is why. You didn't do it right, and now God is punishing you and everyone around it by bringing it back from the dead. Thankfully, that's not the case, hopefully, because there's no vampires nowadays.
That we know of.
Now, they could have gotten smarter. Really could have gotten smarter. They've had a few years to think about.
I was going to say daywalkers. I won't skip too far ahead, but I'll throw some things out there, some theories.
Speaking of daywalker and stuff like that, so John, I'm going to mess up his name, but Polidorus created a short story in 1819. 1819. This is after the folklore and all of that. He made kind of a video deal called The Vampire, spelled a little different.
I did look that up. It was actually a book written back then.
Or, I'm sorry, a short story. Yes, I'm sorry, short story.
Oh yeah, not even a whole book. You're right.
Yes. Then Bram Stoker's
Yes.
did his deal in 1897, followed by Universal's 1931 Dracula. Now, Dracula is whenever things started to get kind of iconic. Back in the day, it was just stories and all that good stuff. It started to get way more universal in the everyday person. It kind of went through a metaphoric or an iconic change. That's whenever things started to go more of a, we'll put our own spiel on things.
Right. And it went into the horror genre of things.
Yes. It started to get way more popular around that time. What was the movie we were watching that Ed Gein?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Something that happened a long time ago, but it came into pop culture or just the knowledge and the information.
The guy who was doing the he had the cigar and stuff. And
oh my gosh! Why?
I know.
You could have asked me. Yes, Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff. We were going into some dark times. I guess people wanted to see really bad stuff for some reason, and today. Now we do too, but about that time, that kind of stuff started to get more popular, so they brought that out. So we were going from something where it was an actual true thing in our minds. Vampires are real. They come from out of the graves and they kill their families. They drink blood and become bloated and all that to now it's a movie, and now it's a short story. Now it's starting to become more... We're creating Hollywood.
And we're creating fear with the monster, which is kind of exciting. Like, the monster under your bed. What if it's Dracula? That kind of thing, like to implant in your head.
Yeah.
And if I could just jump in for a second, we were talking about Bram Stoker and his Dracula that he wrote. It was an 1897 book, but they later made that into a movie.
Oh.
And so that's where it was popular culture. So now this is still way back in the olden days, 1992. Don't say how old you were. And it was starring Gary Oldman, who was Dracula the monster. Amazing. I didn't even know that was him for years because the makeup and everything was so good. Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder, and let me see, Anthony Hopkins. And it was directed by Francis Ford Coppola. And this 1992 movie, think about 1992. I think Jurassic Park was around that time. There was a lot of CGI and things like that. The director chose not to make the movie with anything like that. He wanted it to seem old, dark, scary, and real.
And that was 92?
Yes. I Googled it.
Homeboy Keanu Reeves was, I'm sorry. That was, who was in Interview with the Vampire?
I'm going to get to that one.
Okay, well, that's in 19...
This one.
Anna Rice's 1976 Interview with the Vampire. And that's where things turned really dark. That's where things went downhill so bad.
Okay, so Anne Rice wrote this book. It's actually a whole book series. Well, they adapted it into a movie, which Anne Rice was aware of. I'm not sure she was in on the screenplay or anything like that. But so they cast it 1994, starring Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, that's who I was thinking of.
Yes, Tom Cruise. Okay, so interesting that you say it like that because from what I read, Anne Rice did not want Tom Cruise. And think of it. This is the author of the book, and she's saying no.
Why didn't she want Tom Cruise?
But she just didn't think that he fit the profile of the character that she wrote. And so she was not okay with it. She wasn't down. She didn't like it at all. She saw the movie being made. She saw him in that character and she changed her mind and she was sold on it. So I guess it really talks about how actors can transform into something, because the author herself was like, absolutely not Tom Cruise. And they made the movie without her. I mean, like I said, I don't know how involved she was besides we're making a movie, you want to know about it. So she was not a fan. Tom Cruise, I saw it only knowing it that way, and I thought it was great. But I don't think she thought at the time.
Of course you did. You're a chick.
I mean, also Brad Pitt was in it. Tom Cruise was okay?
Well,
I
I know Brad Pitt, but that's whenever they started making vampires romantic.
Okay, because let me say this. This is the reason why Anne Rice and why people have a hard time with her and her books when she was changing it. They weren't just scary monsters out for blood. There was a romantic side to it because they were supposed to be extremely good looking because they're alluring. You want to lure in your victim so that you can get him in a vulnerable spot so you can drink their blood so that you can kill them.
Yeah, the main thing that all vampires are going to drink blood. That's one thing that has been kind of universal, but going from this kind of zombie to an extent.
Yeah, just a monster.
This just bloodthirsty creature coming after you to, oh, beautiful, come here. I'm going to seduce you. And
they were, Anne Rice's version of them, they were more complex. They were complex characters with feelings and thoughts and a struggle and everything. And that's why it appeals more to the female side of things because they made them more complex. They weren't just monsters out to drink. There was more of a plan, I guess, in it, and they looked great. I mean, really good-looking people of the early 90s, Brad Pitt, whatever. You kill people, it's okay, Brad Pitt.
They got the pretty boys in there.
Yes.
It was like, you are not a relentless predator. You are a seductive person.
Yes. And so, yes, they still killed people. Yes, it was still bloody, but it was a little more alluring and complex.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that wasn't your favorite.
Take a monster and make it complex.
All right, but go to your next one, though. It's kind of changed it a little.
So after that, the Dracula really got popular, started catching a lot of traction. Vampires came back into the scene more. So around the 90s, here comes Hollywood to the rescue some more. We decided we're going to make TV shows, and that's where like Buffy the Vampire Slayer came in. Of course, Supernatural started around that time-ish area, a little in the 2000s, but a movie that I actually do like, The Lost Boys, came out, and then I actually just showed her Blade, just showed her Blade 1. We haven't gotten through the series yet, but the more, they are intelligent creatures, but they're still predators. They're still evil. They're still bad. There's no, it's so sad for the vampire. No, it was still put a stake through their heart.
Okay, and just to go off of that, the director for this movie, he actually said, and I keep looking down because I have notes here, that he said that he wanted the vampires to be serious villains and not doomed romantic characters like what Anne Rice wrote. So he was like, okay, you got to do your little romantic thing, whatever, pretty boys. We want these to be scary predators.
Yes.
And so he was going back to it. And of course, Wesley Snipes is in it and he's amazing. It was great. I'd never seen it before. I know I should have seen a lot of these things by now, including Blade, and I hadn't. And so I just watched it with an open mind and it was awesome.
So another brutal one, and I'm not sure if you guys have seen it or not, 30 Days of Night. She hasn't seen it just yet. But if you want to actually talk about a modern day, what I think a vampire is, 30 Days a Night. It is just, they're not brain dead like the folklore kind of made them, but they are just cynical creatures. They have intelligence, but they give no cares about your feelings. If you're okay, they're not going to seduce you. They're going to break through the door, and there's something right there too. Some of the weaknesses kind of deal, or some of the myths about vampires. Back in the day, vampires didn't need permission to come into your home. That was a lot of the Anne Rice stuff where it's like, we need to make them more mystical. We need to make them more, secretive and shady. Like they could walk in the daylight. And we've kind of come full circle with your favorite over there.
Yes, I'll talk about the day walking. It depends on because I know I said something earlier. Vampires are fictional characters. Yes. So for them to be nocturnal or day walkers or whatever, it just depends on who wrote it and on what world that you want them to live in. So, I can see that.
Yeah. Stake through the heart, still kind of the go-to. Decapitation is one that you don't really see a whole lot. It's always, it's got to be all like, oh no, I'm dying. Oh, Blade, they would actually just like poof into like ash and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of them would just like wither into their own skin, or they would revert back to like how their age would have been. There's a bunch of different ways apparently that vampires can
In the
die.
really old days, they just would like turn into a bat.
Oh no! Actually, that was one thing that did change. They're able to change into werewolves in one of the deals. They're able to change into bats, and what's the other one? I think
That's
cat.
weird. And a cat. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember the bat one was like the classic. Even
Yeah.
if it's like a Halloween version of Dracula, they turn into a bat.
Yeah,
or
they can fly
but
away. Oh.
I have issues with the werewolf one because I'm a Twilight fan. But whatever. We're gonna
Stick
get
to your
there.
team.
I know we're gonna
Stick
get
to
there.
your team. But apparently, holy water and garlic. Garlic was meant because it had a putrid smell to it, and that would apparently repel them. But one thing that I found out through my research back in the day, the Chinese culture thought a rooster crowing was a vampire's weakness.
I've never heard that.
Yep. That's
Oh.
an interesting thing. And one thing, mirrors. I know some of them now are saying, oh, you can't see them because they don't have a soul and all this other stuff. The other ones were saying that a mirror would actually destroy them. It was putting their own reflection to them. And that would kill them.
Okay. Like I said, different authors, different worlds. I guess
Yeah.
it just depends. I didn't know that, but I thought you went to the mirror, you couldn't see anything. So I'd only heard one side.
Yeah. So that beginning of where it's come of just folklore, they're trying to make sense of things, the plagues and all of that. We're very religious about stuff. We're open to all sorts of crazy stuff as far as like, oh, this person is bloated with blood coming out of their mouth, to today has gone through a lot of transformations.
Yes, and it's funny because I think people liked, like you said in the beginning with the Alfred Hitchcock era and things like that, they like monsters, they like scary, they like being on the edge of their seat, and then they started to evolve. And what's one of the evolutions that you're not really a fan of?
You want me to just put it out there?
I just do it.
Okay,
Just do
Twilight.
it. I can't wait.
I absolutely hate Twilight.
He thinks he hates Twilight. Have you seen it?
I have seen enough clips to know I hate it.
I hope you can see this. No. Okay, and I get it. You're on the dude side. You're like, I don't want to see all this lovey crap. I get that.
They're relentless predators.
They are also that. So this is the thing. I have made notes about things, and I knew we were going to do a back and forth. When it came to Twilight, I was like, notes. Notes. I have lived and breathed the Twilight franchise before there were movies. I read all 4 of the books in a spring break. And I had little kids at home, and I was like, eat cereal off the floor. I don't know. Whatever, dude. Like, I stayed up till 3, 4 in the morning reading by myself, page by page. So I have the book knowledge. Then comes the movie franchise over several years. And, like, I'm ready to throw down on this.
I'm ready. You try all you want.
Okay, so let me just say this.
What we do in the shadows.
I will. So the books were written because the author Stephanie Meyer had a dream. So she has this dream sequence, and then she ends up writing a series around it. Now, this is written for young teens, maybe even middle schoolers as this comes about. So it is supposed to be like a cutesy little love story with a little twist of vampire. And as the series goes on, it gets a little bit darker, it gets a little bit deeper. And so, yes, the whole lovey teenage love thing is very big. And
Very
it took
Dawson's Creek.
If it is as Dawson's Creek with vampires and werewolves, I get it. I will also say this, because I experienced the whole series so early on. When I was reading the page, I didn't know anything was coming. I didn't know what was going to happen. And so I'm just discovering this all for the first time. So I read the whole first book, Twilight. And whenever I get to the second one, and I'm not spoiling this for anybody, these movies and everything are so old. If you think this is a spoiler, you're crazy. I get to the second book and I'm reading. I was like, okay, Edward, his family, they're vampires. Bella loves them, all these things.
What? Edward's a vampire?
Oh my gosh.
Oh
my gosh. I'm so sorry. If you would watch the movie, maybe you would know that.
No, I know Team Edward. I know Team Jacob. You've told me stuff. Like I said, I've seen enough of it to know that's not a vampire. That's not a werewolf.
Okay, see, this is what you're missing, though. You're missing. They drink blood. They are predators. They work, and they are alluring looking people, and they are working hard to be. You're going to laugh so hard. This is not making a better case. They're the vegetarians of vampires. So I know.
Vegetarian vampires. They're vegans.
No, they're trying to be good souls with the darkness that they were given. And so they call themselves, quote unquote, vegetarians because they're trying not to kill people. So they drink animal blood. And so yes, I know that's not making the case.
Nobody
that doesn't make
likes
them scary.
vegetarians. Nobody likes vegetarians.
Okay, vegetarians, all comment at the bottom here, okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Be like Team Edward, Team Jacob.
I was gonna say, do you want to know what team I'm on? Could you guess, or have I ever told you?
Yes.
Okay, who?
You are Team Jake. No, I'm joking. You're Team Edward. Team Edward, she's got a blanket. She's got pictures that are like in a frame.
Didn't tell you about this.
No, oh
Didn't
my
tell
God.
you about this. I was sneaking around looking at my collection that's just on the shelf. I have more collection of stuff everywhere, but Team Edward all the way, baby, okay? And just so you know, this is my name sparkly on here, and I don't know if I can jump out of the frame to show what's on the back.
There's Twilight that's also just as sparkly.
Oh my goodness, huge on the back. We
Yeah.
had these custom made, okay? And I say we because I'm part of a group of Twilighters, or Twihards as they're called, because we are into it.
Retards.
The fact that, you know what, it's funny because the fact that they're vampires is like, okay, cool, I could accept it. So when I was reading the second book, all I knew was what I knew on the page. So I'm reading the second book, blah, 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 all of a sudden, and then Bella says something like, and that's when I realized Jacob is a werewolf. And I'm not kidding. This is literally my reaction reading that book. I could not accept it. Vampires? And love vampires that go to high school 100 times? Somebody's a werewolf? What? I was literally so shocked I put the book down. Why? Why? Why was that so shocking to me?
Now, question.
Okay.
Whenever you're reading the books, because you read all the books before the movies came out?
Yes, all of them.
Okay, so you had a picture in your mind.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Did you have a picture in your mind that had them with their shirts off as much as they have in the movies?
The werewolves?
Yes.
Yes.
And I think I don't.
They were written that way.
Edward's all pasty and shit.
They were written that way. And so, yes, I knew that. And because they were from the reservation there, and I'm just thinking that that's more of their. I know
Reservation.
They're Indian reservation because they are of Indian descent, and so they're from a tribe. And so, to me, for them to be young boys running around with their shirts off on the reservation they live on, I was like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. So, yes, I expected that. I didn't know what to expect with the vampires. And honestly, even when the movie was made, when they heard that Robert Pattinson, who was only like in a little bit of Harry Potter, was cast, people were furious. They're like, that's not who we have in our head. Yeah. He's not
He's
well
a
known.
wizard.
He was. And so people were really, really upset, and they didn't understand how he might pull that off because he wasn't as beautiful as people were expecting. And I watched it like, hey man, you already made the movie, whatever. So I was fine with it.
Isn't it pretty enough?
Literally, girls were like all up in arms about it. So, and this is a funny thing too. A lot of the fans today are adults now, but they were young people when this stuff came out. I was already an adult, so I'm just adultier now. And so it doesn't make a difference to me, but it's true. He wasn't as beautiful as people thought he should be. And look, he's just holding back all the laughter.
Well, I mean, once you see 30 Days a Night, and you've seen Blade.
Yes.
Now, okay, so
Liked it.
Those are actual like people/vampire deals, but they were cynical, evil creature per se. They didn't care about anybody. They aren't falling in love.
No, they were just
Nothing
existing
like
to
that.
feed. That
Yes.
was it. I get that. And okay, and this is the big issue he has with Edward, Twilight, or whatever. First, I want to tell you this. Edward is the only vampire that sparkles. It's only him. Yes. Okay. It's only him. Now, I will tell you this also from the Twilight fandom ourselves, who are very protective of things.
One sparkly vampire is
No,
too much.
nobody likes it. I'm telling you, not one person. People make fun of that. I see that on my feeds, my social media feeds daily of people making fun of Sparkleface.
As they should.
So it's fair. Now, in that spirit, I want to say that I don't know if you can see it here. I have good lighting, but it's not really up close. I am wearing my Twilight highlight. Oh, Twilight highlight. I never thought of that. I got this for Christmas from my daughter-in-law, and it's by ColourPop, and it is a Twilight highlighter, and I really tried to lay it on. I probably should have got the brush wet and really did it, but I do have a Twilight highlighter. And I'm also wearing some of the eyeshadow from the Twilight palette here. I mean, I'm telling you, I am... For
Red
better or for
with
worse.
Sparkles, blue with sparkles.
Yes, they're all sparkles. And they're all called prom night and things like that from the movie.
Even the case kind of sparkles a little bit. Like it's got some of the iridescent stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
You remember in What We Do in the Shadows, whenever he's like, oh, I've got to get ready for the master to come. I need to look like a real vampire. It takes like a handful of sparkle and just throws it all over him. He looks like he is an adult dancer.
I want to say, though, speaking of What We Do in the Shadows, because this is it was a movie and then adapted into a TV show, and it's a parody. It's kind of like The Office. It's like a very dry mockumentary of a bunch of vampires. So it's supposed to be funny, and I think that's he does that. There's a lot of the TV show in the first episode even brings up Twilight specifically because they're making fun of it. It's okay. I get it. I get what it is. I love it for all the things that it is, and it's totally okay to make fun of it, but you probably should still watch it. Just saying.
So, okay, here's the thing. Specifically with the vampire stuff, I don't even know much about the werewolf side of things, but it's kind of like, to me, is like taking Frankenstein and making him a professor. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't, I'm sorry, it just doesn't make any sense. And then, I don't know, I didn't know that this much about it, but she was telling me, and if you have, you know about it, but all the powers.
Oh, yes.
The vampire powers.
No, I
vampires?
read that. I actually read that back. And some of the things that we were crisscrossing on when we were first researching, it did say usually there are different powers that vampires might have. And like I said, Twilight specifically dove into that. Okay. But even in the old school version of vampires, that there are some that have different powers. So that's from the old school. Stephanie Meyer brought it up to the front and gave him some really specific ones.
Now, whenever you say old school, are we talking like Hollywood old school, or are we talking folklore?
I think it was in folklore. I did,
really?
Because I looked at, garlic and the sunlight melts them and all those things that sometimes they were listed to have supernatural powers. So yes, that is in the way back. And some adapt that and some don't.
Are we talking like a shield? Superpowers, or are we talking like being able to turn into a bat? Or
just having super strength. Anything that was above and beyond being a human.
Yeah, that does make sense back then.
So for something like that. Now, what he brought up, though, I talk about all the time because I tell him, like I said, no spoilers. If you haven't seen it by now, what are you doing?
Not watching it.
When one of the Bella at the very end of Twilight turns into a vampire and she gets her powers. It's very weak at the beginning. She has to develop them. She is a shield, which makes sense because Edward can never read her mind. He can read everybody's mind because that's his power. He can hear and read everybody's mind. He can hear everything everyone's saying. He's interested in her because he can't read her, and that's why he's attracted to her, also attracted her blood. And in the end, she ends up being a shield. So all of the vampires in the end up having different strengths. Superpowers. I liked it just fine. I mean...
You ever seen My Hero Academia? This is My Hero Vampire Academia.
Oh, man, I don't get the reference.
It's an anime.
Oh, okay.
But so basically everybody a large amount of people in the world have superpowers, but it takes a certain time and a certain instance before you figure out what superpower you have. Which
I'm going to say, and this is probably for another episode, I think everybody probably has a little bit of something of that in them.
Well, I think we all have certain things that we excel in.
Yes, on that level, but even, what you and I have experienced before, like me being a dreamer and you not, or like I said, you walk into a room where I'm at and I instantly feel calm and peace.
Oh yeah, that's true. I could show it to her and she wouldn't know.
I'm not a vampire, okay? This guy doesn't turn on the lights for anything. He can see everything in the dark. So I always say he has vampire eyes, and I wear Coke bottle glasses and contacts. So I can look all I want. I can't see anything.
Okay, let's see here. Question numero uno.
And don't cover your face. I'm just looking at the camera there. Oh, no.
So, question number one. Which country is most associated with the origin of the modern vampire myth? Option A, Romania. Option B, Greece. Option C, China. Option D, India.
Romania.
Romania is correct. Yeah, let's get a round of applause.
Listen, I was really going to say that at first. I forgot that this has multiple choice. So I'm actually getting off really easy here.
Some of them are multiple choice, some of them are not. And I did give you one answer because I'm like, who would know that? So let's see how good your memory is on question number 3.
Not good. I'm old. Today's my birthday. I'm going to say we're filming on my birthday. I am 45 today. And so if I can't see and I can't remember what happened 2 days ago, I'm forgiven.
Yeah. And if you are watching this and you want to be a good person, just comment happy birthday.
Yeah, because I mean, thank you. Just make this old grandma lady's day.
Or team not Jacob and Vampire, or Jacob and what's
Edward.
His name? Edward, yeah.
He doesn't even know his name.
I don't know.
You know what? This is going on the fridge so he can remember.
It'll go in the freezer. Anyway, what is the traditional method for killing a vampire in Slavic folklore? There is option A, silver bullet. Option B, wooden stake through the heart. Option C, burning the body. Or option D, a garlic necklace. This is in Slavic folklore.
I'm going to have to go with what I think is the OG, which is the stake through the heart.
You are correct.
Yes.
That is the OG thing of what to do.
Yes. I knew it. I'm so vampire smart.
Now, this is not an ABC question.
Okay. All right. I got this. I'm ready. I'm not scared.
True or false?
Oh, okay.
Even better. Vampires in Chinese folklore hop instead of walk.
Oh, true, because you told me that.
Exactly. I was like, she is a little old. She get dementia a little bit.
But I thought it was something from 2 days ago. That was from like 10 minutes ago, so I'm good.
Yeah, no. Question 4. Who wrote the first famous vampire novel, The Vampire? Bram Stoker, John Polidori, Mary Shelley, or Lord Byron?
Okay, interesting. It's the John, whatever his name is, answer.
Yep.
But from what I was reading, because I did do some studying too.
The first famous vampire novel.
Oh, a whole novel? It was a short story by John whoever.
Polidori.
Yes. Okay, him.
Maybe.
But the Lord Byron option was, I think it was told by Lord Byron, who was the character in the story, so people get that mixed up, unless I'm totally wrong. What's the answer?
No, it was John Polidori. Yep.
Okay, yeah, because he wrote that and made it famous. Yes.
Now, this one right here, this might throw you for a little loop because this is what's the name of.
Okay.
What is the name of the vampire in Bram Stoker's classic novel?
What is the name of the vampire? Oh.
In Bram Stoker's classic novel.
I've seen the movie and listened to the audiobook of this. His name is Count Dracula?
Yep.
Oh.
I was like, you're thinking way too hard.
I was overthinking it, and I was like, girl, just go back to it.
None of these are like super like, oh God, it's a trick question. Some of these are pretty simple. Okay. Some are kind of hard. Now, the Slavic folklore, where it's like, okay, is it burning the body or is it steak? Like all of those could have been.
That could have been any of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, which of these is not traditionally considered a vampire weakness?
Okay.
Sunlight, garlic, silver, or holy water?
Silver.
Yes, no, you're correct.
Oh, I was like, and I was like, no, because I've seen holy water thrown on them and they sizzle. And yeah, okay.
No, you got it right. In folklore, why were mirrors believed to repel vampires? A, they feared breaking them. B, they had no reflection. C, they showed their true form. or D, they trap their soul?
I would think it was the no reflection, and that's just because that's all I know.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But all those kind of made sense.
Some of them could be. Now they feared they would break them. What are they?
Okay, I'm so clumsy now that I'm a vampire.
7 years bad luck, and I live forever.
I didn't drink enough blood last night. I might break them.
Yeah.
It's like stumbling drunk, but stumbling undrunk.
Yeah. I'm too sober.
They had low blood sugar, okay?
Okay. What year, since you were talking about it,
Okay.
what year was the silent film Nosferatu released? 1912, 1922, 1932, 1942.
I'm going to guess 1912, the first one, only because... well, let me tell you why I'm guessing that. Maybe 22, and the only reason I say that is because silent films... Well, shoot, I didn't go to film school, so I don't know. But did you say 42 in there too?
There's 12, 22, 32, or 42.
That-
all ending in 2.
There was already sound by then, so I guess if it's not 1912, because that's a dumb answer.
That would definitely
That's so
be
dumb.
a dumb answer.
I'm going to
say.
go with 22.
That would be correct. Yes.
Process of elimination.
She has gotten 8 out of 8. Impressive.
This is my boyfriend because he just gave me a chance on that one. He's like, oh, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Number 9. Which modern vampire series featured characters like Bill Compton and Suki Stackhouse? Stackhouse? Modern vampire series featured characters like Bill Compton and Suki Stackhouse. We've got A, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, B, True Blood, C, Twilight, D, The Vampire Diaries.
Okay, listen. People have told me for years to watch True Blood, to watch The Vampire Diaries. They're like, you love vampires. And I'm like, kind of in a specific general way. But I'm going to have to weigh guess, and I have really no idea. And I'm going to guess The Vampire Diaries.
First one wrong.
Oh, that's okay. I'll take it because I don't dip into all the vampires everywhere, so I really didn't know.
No, that's fair. The answer is True Blood,
Oh.
and I wouldn't have known that either.
Oh.
I have no idea who Suki Stackhouse is at all, and I don't care.
And if you were one of the people that was screaming at the screen because you're talking about vampires, you don't know anything about True Blood, scream at us. Scream at us in a comment. It's fine.
Scream at me about not knowing who Suki is.
Yeah, I don't know. Are those their real names or is that the character names? I have no idea.
That's a great question because I don't know who Bill Compton is either.
I thought you were going to say Bill Cosby, and I was like, that's a different kind of monster, okay?
Oh, he make you go to sleep all right with the puddings.
My poor microphone. I'm looking at the sound bar up here, and it's just going like this. I'm sorry. I'm a loud person in general. This is hard. I'm trying to laugh at the mic.
Still trying to figure out how not to make that thing squeak.
I know. I'm so sorry.
if you're listening to this with headphones, I'm so sorry.
I know. There should be a warning. Oops.
Yeah.
No, there should be a warning if I'm on this. Okay. Period. I just get loud.
So last question.
Okay.
For the final.
Okay. Oh my
We
God.
have, what legendary figure is often linked to the inspiration for Dracula? We've got A, Vlad the Impaler, B, Rasputin, C, Attila the Hun, or D, Ivan the Terrible.
I'm going to guess the Impaler because you impale a vampire to kill him. I don't even know. That's my guess.
That would be correct.
Yes. I didn't even cheat, obviously.
No, yeah, I was worried if she was going to see the answers, but she can't even see the question.
No,
so
I can't see anything. No.
No, that was actually quite impressive.
Well, I like the questions a lot. I guess I know more about it than I thought. Like generally, you have like Count Chocula and the Count from Sesame Street, and that's usually my knowledge.
Okay, yeah. One bat. Oh,
yes. So I guess I knew more about the darker side than I thought, which is funny. I'm not like,
but I study that. The history of it versus the new age Hollywood fancy pants.
Right. Well, that's not the first time. I didn't see Twilight and was like, oh, these
This
are
is
my
what a
vamps.
vampire is.
Yeah, these are my vamps. No, it wasn't like that. It was just getting into a story. So I'm very proud of myself.
You should be.
Cool.
You should be.
Well, and I'm still doing my own studying. Like I said, I watched the first Blade. I plan to watch all of them. There's 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to watch those. And then what's the 30 Days of Night?
30 Days a Night, yes.
And then there's also a George Clooney one that I heard was good, but on the very grown up level of like not appropriate for anyone young to watch. Why did I bring that up? I don't even know what it's called, but it's George Clooney and Antonio Banderas. And apparently it's about vampires and...
I know what you're talking about.
Is it something with the sun? I don't know. Other people screaming at us going, this is obviously this. I don't know.
You can answer who Vlad the Impaler did with Dracula, but you can't do the movie with George Clooney.
He made it so easy because he gave me multiple choices or true and false. I'm sorry. I was worried that he was going to make it really hard.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't really take it easy on her. I didn't know half of those. Trust me. I did not. I would have guessed wrong.
Oh, okay.
But I also didn't want to be just, what was the blood type of the character from Nosferatu in 1912? Like,
what color were Edward's socks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the filming on January the 2nd. Like,
I could probably tell you, actually.
That's not something to be proud of.
So I'm actually so glad we got to this point because I really thought we were going to fight more than this.
Oh, we can if you want.
I know. I was going to say,
end it with a battle royale.
But on what? Like, I'm at least open to the fact that vampires are supposed to be scary predators, kill you, bite your head off, drink your blood. Like, I get that. And then we've dipped into some other things that just make it more interesting. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have anything to battle. I'm not going to be like Edward wearing a pea coat and driving his whatever that car is. They were making commercials during the time of the movie and sparkling with his perfectly gelled hair. That's a vampire. I won't do that. I'm at least fair about that. I totally get it.
You don't want to.
I get it. I can be realistic, but my favorite vampire that helps me sleep at night is to think of the not scary ones.
No. Well, of course, you're going to sleep at night. You're like, oh, I feel so, at peace whenever I feel like there's a blood dripping off a fang right above me. Like, no, you want to be like, he's going to protect me.
Yes. And that's what I guess I liked about the fairy tale vampires. Yeah, that's what I would say. Twilight vampires are fairy tale vampires. Yeah, there's a little villain. Yeah, there's things like this. Fairy tale. And then
fairies,
the other ones.
Fairies. Yeah, don't fairies drop glitter too?
I'm not doing a good job here, guys.
Exactly.
I'm really not. I'm not good at this. Isn't a vampire Twilight vampires are elite though. Like if we had to have that battle, we're gonna actually to kick this chair out of the middle. We're gonna face each other and we're gonna battle it out. But I kind of don't feel like fighting today. It's been a good day.
Technically speaking, like this hasn't been a battle. You've just been shooting yourself in the foot the whole time.
Yeah, a little. The more I tell you, you're like, that sounds more dumb than I even thought in the first place.
Now that I said it out loud, why does he sparkle? He's the only one that sparkles.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Actually, and I'm sure you've even seen it somewhere. And it's of everyone that's even a fan. He gets up in the sun to show her. And she's like, oh, you're beautiful. And he goes, no, I'm not. This is the skin of a killer, Bella. And it's like, this is the skin of a killer. And he's as sparkly as me with makeup on. No, it isn't. It's not scary at all. Who even thought of that?
Like going back to Frank, you're a monster. No, I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. But then, also with the slow-mo hair flip.
Yeah, exactly. Just all stapled in type stuff. Just, no, I'm not.
Yeah, okay, yeah. See, I keep making it worse. Oh my gosh. I'm okay with it. I'm going to love him to the very end. And I do want to add this in. Speaking of this, and because I knew we'd be talking about Twilight and things like this, to say I'm a fan is very fair and very specifically for this because I only have one tattoo. And I've talked about this way back in the past when I first started doing my podcast, but I have one tattoo, and it is a Twilight tattoo. And there's a lot of reason behind it, but I've only put one permanent thing on my body, and it is the Twilight trees with the word forever. So Means a lot to me.
Well, the whole Twilight thing for you was not just the movies.
Oh, no, definitely not.
No, you had a whole clan.
Yes, when I say like the Twilight, the Twihards and things like that, I mean the worldly clan like that. But we had a local in our town friend group that started out by making it a book club because we were reading the books, and we added people, and we met for years, from reading the books to every single one of the movies coming out. We met for all the midnight releases, staying up till 3 or 4 in the morning and taking all our kids to school and going to our jobs and everything that we needed to do. So we developed like a pact of people, pack
Pack of people.
wolf pack. Okay. No, of people. And
Well, I'm sure your pack made a pact.
yes, my pack made a pact. And we did. And we met for years together. We would have parties. We would do crafts. We have custom made t-shirts, so many t-shirts. That's where this jacket came out of. We made things that we collected together, spent time together, and we are sisters, for a lack of a better word. And so this tattoo, the franchise, but also our friendship that came from it, started from something very small, is directly tied to it. So not to get too emotional, but yes, you're right. Do I just love vampires and werewolves, sparkly teenagers? No, it means a whole lot more.
Yeah, you love the people that it brought because of that. It's kind of like a hobby. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you knit and I knit. Oh, cool. It's not just about the knitting. Once you get a community of people going on, you're like, I love this person so much. She is such a great person. You know, she does this, and that. She does this. This is how she feels. This is what she believes. This is this person. And she's a great person to be around. I see her whenever we go knitting.
Yes, and that's exactly what it turned into, because at first it was kind of our silly little hobby. Then we became pretty good friends, and then we became inseparable. Just like I said, there's only other way to describe it is being sisters in that way, and really being there for each other. And
The sisterhood of the Vampire Diaries.
it was very much, oh my goodness, someday if I could just slideshow. No, they're too embarrassing. Oh my gosh. We had Twilight Christmas parties. We made Twilight ornaments.
Are you saying that you're embarrassed of Twilight?
No, never. I will stand up in front of a crowd of people in Team Edward with this jacket on. And
I was about to be really proud of you. I was like, we're making progress.
no, you can't ever take me away from that. Definitely not. And it's funny because I'll look at my phone or something and get a text. And he's like, oh, who's that? And I'm like, oh, it's one of the Twilighters. That's what we call ourselves forever and ever. It's been like since the first movie came out. I think we all watched the first movie independently. And then once the blockbuster started coming out, because the first one was an independent film, we went to midnight releases together and watched those all over the years. So if I look back at my Facebook memories, I've got 15 years ago today, and we're all having a Twilight Christmas party. Oh, and my 30th birthday party, when I turned 30 years old, Twilight themed. My mom threw it for me with my friends. And I remember because I have a picture, which hopefully we can put in here, and I'm holding up a bottle, and it's a red soda, and it says type O because we had blood types on the soda bottles.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
That right there, pretty cool for a vampire themed deal. I'm not going to say, I'm sorry, I'm never going to say that Twilight's cool, but for a vampire themed birthday party, that's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. And you know, it's funny because this is really like, even back then, it was for younger people. I was turning 30 years old having a vampire birthday party. And you know what? Today I'm 45 and I'm no less vampire-y. I love it.
No, I have really tried. I have tried hard to get her out of it. And not really hard, but I've poked and prodded like I have in this whole podcast. She's very diehard Twilight. Now, I know, though, it's not because of Team Edward or Team Jacob or, oh, Bella, she's just so misunderstood. No. It's nothing like that. It's the emotions that came from being around all your friends and having a like-minded thing that came from it. And everybody was focused on one thing. Yep. Everybody was excited for it. And you guys could have discussions about it. And, oh, well, I believe, he was right. Well, how could you believe he's right? He's totally wrong. And,
what if he hits Bella and she get a nosebleed? She gets a nosebleed, is he going to kill her? Like,
is he just going to lose control? Oh,
yeah. So it really was about that.
Oh my God, a vampire losing control and drinking someone's blood. Oh no.
Not the vegans. No, not the vegans.
Oh, is she gluten-free? I have a peanut allergy.
See, that's why it's okay, because I do think it's funny. It's funny. It's hilarious. Also means a lot. But like I said, not the context of what it actually is, just what it grew to represent for me and my friends in that way. So like I said, have I ever had a tattoo before? No. Do I just think, oh, you know what? My body, I can just write whatever I want all over it? No. So this really did mean a whole lot to me. And it was worth it. It was worth it. It means a lot to me. Now, I'm a fan of a lot of other things too. So, I mean, I'm not going to be, I don't know, get a C-3PO sleeve or anything because I like R2-D2 more.
It would be cool to have a Star Wars sleeve.
You know what? I don't know if I could sleeve it all up, but I have really thought of some of those other things, but it has to mean a lot to me. And for Twilight to be the first, the most permanent, and not 1 second of regret after I got it means a lot.
That tattoo wasn't about Twilight. It was about a person that you were connected through Twilight. That's what I mean. It's not like TJ on there for Team Jacob.
No.
I mean,
no, but I will say I didn't tell you this, or maybe I did. Every single one of the Twilighters, except for me, for all the years that we did this, they all had Twilight tattoos of different ways. The smiley face with the little fangs on it. 2 of my friends had it on the back of their neck. The people that were Team Jacob had paw prints with claws. Like, everyone collectively had different Twilight tattoos. I was literally the only one, because I'd never had a tattoo, never thought I would in my whole life. I was the only one who held out. And for what he's talking about, and I did reference this way at one of the very first of my podcasts, my friend passed away very unexpectedly. And I was the first one to reach out to my friend group and say, girls, I know you're not going to believe me when I say this, but I think it's time. I think I'm ready to get my first tattoo. I want us, if you would like to get one that's matching and together to honor her. And I want it to be Twilight themed. And we got together and we kind of shot back and forth a couple of suggestions. And it's very meaningful to me, number one, because it's Twilight. It's where we became friends, where we developed our sisterhood. And the last word of the very last book is the word forever. And so we got that in the exact font that was written in the book. It says forever, period. Just to represent our friendship and everything that we had through Twilight. So I knew I would get emotional about it, and that's why I think this was on my first or second podcast over a year ago that I brought it up and said, I'll talk about her someday. It's really hard to talk about. And so, did I think it was going to be like this on a vampire podcast? Absolutely not. But you're right. It's about the story. It's about all the fun, but it's about everything that developed from there. And it meant so much to me that I put it on my body because of the way it represented our friendship.
Yeah, that tattoo had nothing to do with Twilight.
It's got some Twilight trees on there.
It's got a Twilight theme.
Yes, the theme. And so that way I can have it, you can see it for what it is. And at the same time, if anybody asks or if you're watching something like this, you get to know how deeply meaningful it is too.
Yeah, everybody else just got paw prints like idiots.
Paw prints, bangs, and all of the general stuff. But it was funny to see them do that. And I was like, guys, I'm sorry. I love Twilight. I love you guys. I'm never going to do that. So when they got that phone call, I know they were like, who is this? Who's making this phone call? I was like, nah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I was. And it's funny because they made me go first because they're like, go first because if not, you're going to see us get it and you're going to chicken out. I was like, I am not. I've been really sure about a few things in my life, and that's one of them I'll put on the list where I was like, do the whole thing. I don't care if it hurts. It doesn't hurt as bad as not having her here. So I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud to be a grandma with a tattoo.
Well, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and call the vampire victory to me.
Okay. All right.
But really appreciate you guys checking us out, looking at the podcast and everything. If you would please give this one right here a happy birthday comment that I'm sure that'd make you feel pretty good. If you have a vampire suggestion as far as who would be the winner, if there's a vampire that we forgot about.
Yeah, your favorite vampire.
Yeah. If you know the George Clooney and Bandito, or not Bandito?
Antonio Banderas.
Antonio, because that has been racking my brain this whole time.
I don't know what it is. I
Yeah.
have no idea. But like, yes, you guys drop in what you know, because this is our very short version of vampires wrapped up all into one.
Yeah, this is just, we kind of started from the beginning of folklore, went through kind of where it got popularized, because all it is just stories. I mean, in all honesty. Now,
Stories, they're fun though.
yeah, they're interesting, fun, and everybody has their own take on things. So, a vampire could be lovey-dovey and protective and sparkly,
Yes.
and some of them could just be downright ruthless, just like I said, predators, creatures, and all that fun stuff. But appreciate you guys checking us out. Give us a like, and what are we gonna do? We have any idea what we're doing on the next one?
I have no idea. I don't know if we're going to dive into something like this or go into something, I don't want to say more serious. I don't know. It's a surprise. This is the roulette of podcasts.
This is true. Now, you could be the person who actually tells us what we need to do next.
Yeah.
If you have a suggestion or something, put that in the comments. We may just make a podcast specifically because of your comment.
Sure.
So
we're open to that. We like to talk about everything.
Yeah. No, we'll shoot the stuff.
I'm going to guess it's not going to be from the vegans though.
Oh, if a vegan wants to do something about vegan, I'm going to do all the stuff that's wrong with veganism. So just heads up on that.
Yes, but thank you for joining us. Like I said, we enjoy our own conversations. Hopefully you guys too. We'd love to hear some feedback, and please join us next time on the Disco Ball Discourse. Bye.